Alright, so this is my review of the AKASO V50 Elite action camera. This is my first ever experience with AKASO. And to be totally honest with you, I'm just going to go ahead and just start this off right away. I was not impressed. I was very, very, very underwhelmed, to be totally honest with you. I was excited to get the action camera because I already have a few GoPros. I think I got one lying around here somewhere. I have the Hero 7. I have the Hero Sessions 5. The Hero 4 Sessions. So I have quite a few GoPro cameras. I've always gone GoPro. But the specs on this one really impressed me. They had 4K 60 frames per second. Also 4K 30 frames per second, 20 megapixel still images. It has Wi-Fi built in, Bluetooth. It also comes with a nice little watch that you can actually put on your wrist to connect. Has a lot of wonderful accessories. It's water resistant, and then it also comes with a case that makes it even more water resistant. I just received this today. Popped it out of the box, put the battery and the charger, both batteries. That was another cool thing. It came with 2 batteries. And that's where the experience lost its luster. As you're looking at it right now, the camera's actually frozen. So this thing is just utter garbage. I don't know if I got a defective unit or what the case may be, but this thing is just garbage. So, and here's the other thing that I kind of noticed, and I don't see how this thing is water resistant without the case, because this isn't protected, it's wide open. So I'm assuming that you always have to have this case on and be water resistant, which is unfortunate because on, you know, most of the GoPros, they're on the newer GoPros anyway, they're water resistant without a case. You can have a case, which I do have a case for my other GoPros and for these, if I want to go down to further depths. So it's kind of disappointing that this doesn't seem like it's water resistant outside of the box unless you have the case. But the thing that's extremely disappointing is this. It's just completely frozen. It's a complete frozen piece of junk. So it will start up. So if I force it to turn off, it will eventually go off. But the problem is, anytime that I try to connect it and actually, I apologize, let me stop myself. It won't turn off if I press the power button. I actually have to open the battery compartment, and then I have to pull the battery in order to get this thing to do anything again. So let me do that real quick. Battery's out, battery's back in, close the door, and then I can power it back on, and it turns on. So again, it has a lot of nice features, but the problem is anytime I connect it to Wi-Fi on my phone, and I've tried this on both Android and on iPhone, and anytime I connect it to the Wi-Fi, it connects for a little bit. I can go into the app, it'll connect to the app for a little bit, and then it'll just freeze. It'll just sit there, those 2 lights turn red, and it won't do anything. I thought maybe it was trying to do a firmware update, but nowhere in the app do I see any way to do a firmware update, to force a firmware update, or to check it. So, and this has happened to me 4 times. So if there's a firmware update to fix this, there doesn't seem to be a way to download it to get it to fix. The other problem I had is that when I was trying the wristband to connect to my Bluetooth and then to connect to this, it was stuck in this weird loop where it would connect but not pair. So it would connect but not pair. So on my screen of my iPhone and my Android, it'll show that it's connecting. It'll show the code that you put in, and then it would say unsuccessful. And it kept doing this over and over and over and over. So finally I got tired of that and just said, well, the heck with it. I'm not even going to try to pair it Bluetooth. Let me just see what it can do over Wi-Fi. And then over Wi-Fi, I've had all these issues. So far, again, unimpressed. The other thing that I noticed, and I'll put it on, loaded on my review, is the videos were very choppy. So I was running at 4K 60 frames per second without any image stabilization, and the video was extremely choppy. It was absolutely horrible. And then I tried it on 30 frames per second, 4K 30 frames per second, and it was the same exact thing. So it was complete garbage. The 4K on it does not work. I did not even try the 1080p because what's the point? I already have cameras that do that. I was looking for a better camera that did a little bit more 4K at the 60 frames per second that this advertises. And I'm completely disappointed, underwhelmed, and again, I would stay away from this camera.